The new book is The Industrial Revolution of Love. And the impetus for the book was really just a big question in my mind as how we humans got to the mess that we're in. And, you know, the climate change, and we're on the edge of the unknown with AI. And we've created a lot of dangers for ourselves inadvertently. And I wanted a story that would show in human terms how we got here, and maybe some clues to where we would go from here. So the main character in this book is a strange book. The main character is a man sitting on a boat off the coast of Maine. He's anchored in this boat and he's waiting. He is a disgraced futurist. He worked for the government, and the government didn't like the future scenarios he offered to them, so they have sent him away. So he's in his boat and he's waiting mainly for his daughter Hannah. Now the daughter is a environmentalist, a militant environmentalist, and she might have to flee, and so he's waiting on his boat. Maybe he'll have to sail with her across the ocean. And while he waits, he's observing the nature around him. He's in an isolated island off the coast of Maine. He's watching the storms come through, which are getting worse. And he's also reading a book. And the book is the Forsyte Saga by John Galsworthy, a very long series of novels that trace a family from their rural origins in England in the 1700s right up to 1920 in great detail. So they live through the Industrial Revolution. They become rich, they become well-established leaders in the country. And so we're already looking at 150 years of history told by John Galsworthy, who got the Nobel Prize for this. And it's a story not about the technical changes to technology or the economic changes. It's a story about love, which Galsworthy insists is at the center of our experience. So he's got this book that describes the human experience of 150 years from the beginning of the Industrial Revolution to the 1920s. And he's thinking about, how did my daughter get into this trouble? She's also an online sex worker to support her environmental work, and he's kind of uneasy about that. He doesn't quite know what it is, but feels it's kind of shameful, and she has been shamed in public for her work. So all this is on his mind, and while he waits, he begins to construct a story. And really the story of the book is him constructing the story. And he constructs it out of his own family, his mother, out of his daughter, Hannah, who's really a stepdaughter, and out of characters from Galsworthy's novels. So these all come alive for him while he's waiting these weeks on the boat. And he invents new characters to continue the Forsyte story from the 1920s up to the end. And so by the end of the book, all those characters are simultaneously alive from the last 250 years and with him on the boat. And they're arguing about the way that things have gone, and about shame, and about the morality, and how was it that we got ourselves into this mess when really we humans, you know, only wanted something fairly simple. We wanted security, and we wanted love, but we got something else. So it becomes also an analysis of how capitalism developed and how capitalism takes up particular technologies and tries to make money out of them, and those are the technologies that make our lives and change us. And that's the story I wanted to tell in a very short book. So it's associative sections. It makes the reader leap around. Some are funny, some are descriptive, and some are just inventive. But By the end of the book, everybody is a Forsyte, including the narrator.